Yellow and orange clouds of smoke seen in southern Indiana. We have the latest on the leak.
A wastewater treatment plant explosion. We have conditions of the plant, workers, and water.
We hear from President Biden and his thoughts on reducing health costs for seniors.
Plus a recap of one sweet campus event.
It's nice to see the sun today because I tell you what, clouds will be building and we do have a chance of rain tomorrow. I'll have all that and more coming up.
Delaware County's only live television newscast from Ball State University's Unified Media Newsroom. You're watching NewsLink Indiana.
Good evening and thanks for being with us. I'm Anna Chalker.
And I'm Mason Trowbridge.
We begin tonight with an alarming situation for residents in southern Indiana yesterday morning.
A reaction inside a New Albany chemical plant sent an unusual yellow-orange cloud of smoke into the sky. Madeline Carter reports.
Chemicals wafted through the air Tuesday morning in New Albany as a leak at a chemical plant turned the sky a dark shade of orange. Steve LeDuc could see it out the garage door of his business on Industrial Boulevard and immediately called 911.
We were just in the office going about our normal daily routine and not knowing what was going on outside. And one of our service techs came in and said, "Have you seen what's going on at Bluegrass Chemical back here?" We said no, and he pulled up a picture on his phone, and there was a huge orange reddish cloud above the park.
The leak happened down the road at Bluegrass Chemical Specialties. It was just after 10 a.m. when the plant's executive vice president, Paul McCauley, says a tank of nitrate solution used to clean metal overflowed, contaminating the building.
This morning the reaction was proceeding at a rate that we could not get it to the scrubbers quickly enough, and it filled up our building, and after it filled our building, of course, it released into the air.
From there, the plume of potentially dangerous chemicals spread through the air near I-265 and was captured on video as people drove through the area.
NOx is a pollutant, so no pollutant's good to breathe in, needless to say.
Floyd County Emergency Management issued a temporary shelter in place for nearby schools and businesses, including the one LeDuc owns. He says he was surprised it took so long for business owners in the area to be notified about the situation.
I stopped out there and talked to one of the police officers, and he told me that they were just telling everybody to shelter in place, but nobody actually came and told us. They said that they released it on Facebook and places like that, but we're in here working, we're not on Facebook.
While the leak is now under control, Bluegrass Chemicals is working to figure out exactly what went wrong at the plant Tuesday morning.
Sometimes things don't go as planned, and we're working on an internal investigation now to determine the root cause.
And an explosion at a wastewater treatment plant in Baltimore ripped a wall off of the side of a facility today. There were 7 workers inside at the time. They were all evacuated safely with no reported injuries. A city contractor is using a building to turn waste into an agricultural pellet. A fire commander evacuated crews from that building earlier this afternoon. It contains 12,000 gallons of high-temperature oil that is being burned off. Authorities say no hazardous materials are involved and there is no environmental impact.
And across the country, the impact on the ongoing devastating storms in California could trickle down to the prices at your local grocery store. Today's Consumer Watch takes a look at how the disaster is impacting crop production.
A devastating blow to our nation's top crop producer. The recent back-to-back storms hitting California's critical agricultural regions may also impact the U.S. food supply.
The pain is going to be prolonged for many weeks and months. This should have been the beginning of the harvest season.
The relentless rain is flooding crops, evacuating farm worker communities, and delaying the harvest season. California is the golden state of food production. It produces the majority of some specialty crops, like certain fruits and vegetables in the country.
In January's storm events, we had over 15,000 acres that were impacted by flooding and inundation, with over $330 million worth of farm losses.
Ag officials in hard-hit Monterey County say it's unclear when planting schedules will resume, and all the flooded farms and delayed harvests could lead to higher costs for consumers nationwide. That's if supplies tighten and produce distributors turn to Mexico or other regions to make up for shortages and then pass on the added cost to consumers. Ag officials say it's too early to fully assess the damage, but are working to mitigate the long-term impact.
There will be more crop losses as areas that have not experienced flooding now are now experiencing it for the first time.
In Monterey County, the severe weather has forced farm workers out of their homes and left them without jobs.
This community of Pajaro is mostly low-income Latino farm workers, and this is the worst thing that could have happened to them right now.
For Consumer Watch, I'm Shelley Malashi.
And back here home at Muncie, we have been on a weather roller coaster for the beginning part of the week.
Yeah, seems like at the beginning of the week it was very chilly, and then hopefully we're expected to see a break here soon. Jack, what do you have for us?
Yeah, right now we're right about average for this time of year, so at least we're kind of evening it out there. But taking a look at some current temperatures around the area here, 44 degrees here in Muncie, same deal in Indianapolis, a little colder down there in Terre Haute at 42 degrees. But as we look at this current radar, we can see all is quiet for now. We are seeing some clouds move into the area, and that'll be the big story for later on tonight and into tomorrow. So what we're tracking is rain on Thursday, a nice start to spring for next week, and a colder weekend. So I'll have all that and more in my full forecast.
Jack, thank you. President Joe Biden touted steps his administration has taken to reduce health costs for seniors today. It came as the Department of Health and Human Services said Medicare beneficiaries will pay less out of pocket for 27 drugs. Biden took the opportunity to call on Republicans to support his other efforts to lower drug prices.
Let's finish the job. Let's protect the lower prescription drug costs for everyone. Let's expand health care for more people to get care. Let's keep building the economy from the middle out and the bottom up.
The new Medicare policy is expected to save seniors up to nearly $400 per month. The newly discounted drugs treat medical conditions ranging from cancer to arthritis, kidney disease, fungal infections, and acne.
The Food and Drug Administration has announced a new authorization for the Pfizer COVID vaccination. The agency said kids in this age group who received 2 doses of the original vaccine became eligible to get a bivalent booster in December and should have gotten it already. Yesterday's announcement applies only to kids who got 3 doses of the original vaccine before December. This group was not previously eligible for a bivalent booster. The original vaccine protects against the strain of the coronavirus that circulated at the very beginning of the pandemic. The bivalent version, which came out also in the fall, protects against the Omicron BA4 and BA.5 subvariants.
The Federal Aviation Administration convened a safety summit today with industry representatives, labor groups, and aviation experts aimed at finding out what's working and what needs improvement in order to ensure safety in the sky and on the runway. This comes after another close call at Ronald Reagan International Airport in Arlington, Virginia yesterday. None of near misses this year resulted in fatalities, and officials say flying remains the safest way to travel, but acting FAA Chief Billy Nolan says it's time to ask difficult questions to determine where the problems lie, all with the hope of preventing a future disaster.
Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin says the U.S. will continue to fly drones over the Black Sea. His remarks come one day after Russian aircraft downed a U.S. drone over international waters over the Black Sea. The U.S. has not announced whether or not it'll take action against Russia over downing, which Secretary Austin called, quote, aggressive. Secretary Austin also says that he has spoke to the Russian counterpart about the incident. 2 U.S. officials have told CNN that the U.S. erased sensitive software on the drone before it crashed to prevent Russia from collecting the information.
Up next, find out how much Americans cut back on their spending last month.
Plus, changes coming to some well-known brands. Stay with us.
I love you!
Prescription drug pricing points to corporate
Freedom of the press is about your right to know. It's about your right to be informed. Today, there are real threats to press freedom and your right to know about the world around us. We must protect our right to know, no matter what kind of news is important to you. Before it's too late, understand the threats. ProtectPressFreedom.org.
The central and midwestern U.S. averages more than 850 tornadoes each year, and lately, the number of floods has been rising in the region too. So chances are, there will be more twisters and floods near here again. And between school, sports, and social lives, chances are, you won't be with your kids when it happens. Will they know what to do? Ready.gov/kids has all the educational tools and information to make the conversation easy. When the time comes, chances are they'll feel prepared, not scared. So talk with your family today.
Hey guys, it's me, Isabella Gomez, filling in for Smokey Bear because he's got more to say than just...
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Like, if you're outside enjoying a barbecue, don't let a hamburger distract you from fire safety. Make sure you aren't dumping your hot coals or ashes onto the ground because that could start a wildfire. So take wildfire prevention seriously and let's save the world one day at a time. Juntos con Smokey Bear, podemos hacerlo. Go to smokeybear.com to learn more about wildfire prevention.
Welcome back. Americans cut back on their spending last month after splurging the month before. The Department of Commerce reported today U.S. retail sales fell nearly half a percentage point in February from January. That decline was greater than economists' expectations. It comes after a surprisingly strong January, which was revised up to 3.3%. Meanwhile, a key measure of inflation fell dramatically in February. The Producer Price Index tracks what America's producers get paid for their goods and services.
Well, we've heard a lot about artificial intelligence, or AI.
Now Google is bringing that technology to some of its most popular products. In Gmail and Google Docs, you can type in a topic you'd like to write about and a draft would be generated. From there, you can ask for the tone to be more professional or more playful and make your own tweaks. These features will be rolled out to selected testers in the coming weeks. Google is also unveiling an AI app builder to help businesses or governments build their own AI-powered chats and digital assistants. The tech giant says companies could customize their own AI applications in a matter of minutes or hours.
Amazon is launching a low-cost internet option that uses satellites. The company says Project Kuiper will be fast and affordable. It's designed to serve underserved communities around the world. No word yet on how much it will cost though, but the company says affordability is a key principle of the project. The service is promised to deliver speeds up to 400 megabits per second. The first production satellites are expected to launch in the first half of 2024 and start delivering internet service later in the year. Some changes coming in your consumer news. T-Mobile announced today that it's buying budget wireless provider Mint Mobile in a deal of up to $1.35 billion. Ryan Reynolds purchased a stake in Mint Mobile in 2019. He will keep his, quote, creative role with Mint, where he serves as a spokesperson. The acquisition of Mint Mobile's parent corporation will also include Ultra Mobile and international calling service and wireless wholesaler Plum. T-Mobile hopes to boost its own prepaid service with the acquisition of Mint Mobile. T-Mobile's CEO says Mint's $15 per month pricing plan will stay in place.
Kellogg has revealed the name for its new spin-off companies for some of its most popular snacks. WK Kellogg Co. will include its North American cereal brands like Frosted Flakes and Fruit Loops. Kellanova will include snacks like Pringles and Cheez-Its, as well as international cereal brands. Kellogg announced the split last year. It says to, quote, better position each business to unlock its full potential. The WK is a nod to founder William Keith Kellogg, and Kellanova combines the first part of Kellogg, and Nova comes from the Latin word for new. The company says consumers might not even notice a change because both logos will have the big recognizable K.
We've been seeing these normal temperatures for now. However, a warm-up is on the way, so I'll tell you exactly when after the break.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I think it's just vapor with flavor.
It won't hurt my kid like cigarettes, right?
Vaping is safer than smoking, isn't it?
There's really not even that much nicotine in them, right?
My kid?
My kid knows it's dangerous.
Get your head out of the cloud. Today, nearly 8,000 kids will start vaping, maybe even yours. Learn about the dangers at talkaboutvaping.org.
Emotes say a lot, but they can't say it all. Think your guildmate is struggling? Try these dialogue options. Go beyond emotes. Check in with your guildmates at seizetheawkward.org.
Every day,
Millions of people are connecting
and even though we're overcoming obstacles,
Watching each other's backs,
and banding together.
we should still make an effort
We should still make an effort.
to get to know each other.
on a deeper level.
Father,
Cosplayer,
Mentor.
actor.
it's time we take a step forward
It's time we take a step forward. Come together.
and discover
How accepting our differences
can make us stronger.
Welcome back. And even though today was a pretty chilly day, it was very beautiful outside.
Yeah,
to say
it was
the least.
pretty bearable for what we had to deal with today. But Jack, what do you have for us?
Today was quite lovely, actually. I just enjoyed seeing the sun personally because coming back from spring break and being welcomed in with snow, clouds, and wind was not the move. So today the sun was greatly appreciated. But taking a step outside right now, 44 degrees, so a little cooler out. So if you are headed out tonight, be sure to put on that coat as you head out the door. Taking a look at current radar right now, we can see all is calm as of now. We are just seeing some clouds start to move into the area, and that is going to be the major story for the rest of tonight and into the weekend, actually. So that's something to look forward to as well. But as for our tonight's forecast, we are going to have a low of 35 degrees, a little partly cloudy action as well, with those light winds out of the south at 5 to 10 miles an hour. Now taking a look at some temperatures around the area here, we can see here in Muncie, 44 degrees, a little colder up in Fort Wayne. Look at that, 37 degrees there, but Bloomington's looking not terrible either at 40 degrees. We are a lot warmer than we were 24 hours ago, and that's helped with those southern winds moving all that warm air into our area. I mean, here in Muncie, we are 13 degrees warmer than we were just yesterday. So it is a nice warming trend to see because we have been a little cooler. Actually, we're going to warm up even more for that. With those warmer temperatures tomorrow, we can expect some rain as well. So let's go ahead and time that out on Precision Cast. So as I put this in motion, we'll first stop it tomorrow at 2 p.m. as we just see the first few bands of this light rain move into the area. But as the day progresses, we can see that they progressively also get heavier in these deeper greens and yellows. Also, I must add, we should not rule out maybe a spare rumble of thunder or two with these heavier downpours. And as you can see, even through early Friday morning and into the day on Friday, we will be dealing with that rain as well. As for temperatures tomorrow, it's not going to be all that bad. 56 degrees as a high tomorrow. However, we will be dealing with that rain as well. Wind is also going to be associated there as well. But look at this. St. Patrick's Day is on Friday, so that's something to look forward to. Not great weather out there, but I mean, it's doable. We get what we can take here in Muncie. 48 degrees. We do have rain in the morning. Hopefully by the time afternoon festivities start to kick off there, we can just be dealing with those overcast skies, which would be ideal. Now on to our mid 7-day forecast. See that 48 degree high on Friday. Saturday, actually, we do have a chance of flurries. Sun returns for Sunday, but look at first day of spring's on Monday as well. And the sun's going to be out, so I'm actually kind of excited about that. It's something to look forward to. Do you guys have any St. Patrick's Day plans? And hopefully it won't get bothered with rain.
Nothing right now. I just wish the luck of the Irish was in our favor this year, because last year I remember it was cold and rainy. We're going to be experiencing that again. Snow on the next day. Crazy to think spring's coming with the temperatures we've had the last 3 months. It's
exactly.
been crazy.
Exactly. I wish we had better weather there. I even bought Irish Spring soap. Didn't even help.
Yeah, Jack,
Terrible.
Thank you so much. And now over to Andy with a look at sports.
Thanks, guys. One local high school team makes history, and with the NCAA tournament 1 day away, Ball State students get prepared for the madness of March. All this and more next in sports.
Here's your sandwich, miss.
Oh, thank you.
And your burger.
Awesome, thank you.
And your bowl of boiling water, sir.
After retiring from the NFL, I've been able to spend a lot more time coaching my daughter's basketball teams. It's something I love to do. Through our games and our tournaments, we see all types of coaching, good and bad. And it begs the question, do we really know who's coaching our kids? Do they have the proper training and screening it would take for me to be comfortable with my daughters playing for that coach? Our Youth Basketball Association made the decision to use trusted coaches to screen and train all of our coaches. I'm a trusted coach. Are you?
So if one cat has 4 kittens who reproduce every 6 months, how many cats will there be in 5 years? Who's got it? Is this... What is that? Seriously? Who threw that?
Cats are terrible at math, but they sure do multiply. Please spay, neuter, and adopt.
The solution is 10.
Welcome back to NewsLink Indiana. I'm Andy Newman with sports. Wapahani Raiders boys basketball is headed to semi-state this Saturday. NewsLink Indiana's Ryan Siraki caught up with the squad to learn more about how this postseason run impacts the program.
History was made Saturday night as the Wapahani boys basketball team claimed their first ever regional championship in program history.
Made a goal all summer and all fall, and then throughout the season to stay focused on winning the sectional, and it was a great accomplishment. And then to win last Saturday night versus Carroll was a great win, and kind of a history-making thing for our school.
After losing the first game of the season, the Raiders have won 25 straight, including 4 playoff games that have placed them in this weekend's semi-state semifinal match.
Well, we were excited, honestly, to have another week of practice. We have a team that really gets along, a team that cares about each other, and it's not often seen. Most of the time by this year in high school basketball, it's a long season. Everybody's ready to be over with. And our guys weren't, and our coaches weren't. We were excited just to be playing again and have another opportunity to show what kind of a team we have.
Although there is plenty to celebrate, the team knows that the job's not finished.
I know we love celebrating, of course, have dancing in the locker room and stuff. But after a day off, we just got to lock in at practice, make sure we're focused, everybody on the team, we're not looking forward to any other stuff, and just for the weekend.
With less than 72 hours before the biggest game of his life, senior guard Aiden Franks reflects on what this journey has meant.
Oh yeah, it adds a little bit more of a special meaning to me since I'm a senior. It's my last year. Leaving everything out there because I don't know when my last game's going to be and just having fun while I'm doing it.
Wapahani will take on Lewis Cass High School on Saturday at 10 a.m. for the right to advance to the Class 2A Semi-State Championship, where they look to make history once again. In Selma, Ryan Siraki, NewsLink Indiana.
The excitement of the NCAA men's basketball tournament is almost underway. NewsLink Indiana's Isaiah Rosner speaks with a few students at Ball State to see if they've been swept up in the madness of March.
With the round of 64 of the NCAA men's basketball tournament starting tomorrow, some Ball State students are excited for the madness.
I am watching March Madness this year. That is the plan.
Because, you have classes and stuff, but, I'll still might pull out my phone or pull up another tab on my computer and have the game up and just check out as much as I can.
Some Cardinals aren't as familiar with the competition.
I mean, I know it's a tournament with, the college basketball teams and, a lot of people, bet on it and have, their brackets and stuff.
Filling out brackets is a tradition that many people embrace.
As of right now, I'm in a family bracket, and then I was going to join one big bracket with my friend.
Others are less enthusiastic about the practice.
I think I did in middle school.
I did. I started one, but I haven't finished it yet, and so I don't know if I'm going to finish it.
With Ball State missing the tournament for the 23rd straight year, do Cardinal students have a team they're rooting for instead?
Not really, because I don't watch college basketball.
I'm going to be rooting for Kent State. They're going to be who I'm pulling for against Indiana in round 1.
Purdue or IU, of course. I got to root on for Indiana, but Purdue. I love Purdue.
I'm not going to lie. I know we're in Indiana, but I'm a bit of a Duke fan, so they've been on a little hot streak right now, so I can see them taking it all this year. Whoever wins is cool, as long as it's not Kentucky, because if Kentucky wins, I'll literally just throw up. I don't know. We're in Indiana. You can't root for them. I'm sorry.
The first round officially kicks off tomorrow afternoon as West Virginia take on Maryland. In Muncie, Isaiah Rosner, NewsLink Indiana.
More back to Muncie. Ball State men's volleyball defends the nest tonight in Worth Arena as they take on MIVA opponent Ohio State. The Cardinals fly into the match 11-7 on the year and look to improve on their 4-2 record in the MIVA. After a tight 26-24 victory in the first set, the Cards shift into second gear and capture victories in the next 2 sets to sweep the Buckeyes. Ball State will be back in action this Saturday as they take on Ohio State once again in Columbus. And guys, looking back to the Wapahani Raiders boys basketball team, awesome to see that they're doing very, very well, and great to see that they're having an impact on their community.
It's great to see first semi-state. Hopefully they can secure the win. I know it's been a journey, especially going through all of that, and I'm sure it's a bunch of excitement and a bunch of emotions for that team right there. Andy, thank you so much. And after the break, we'll have your campus coverage.
And a final look at weather with Jack.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi. Can you help me? I got it. Thank you.
No problem.
Just like the rules to surviving Zombieland, there are steps you can take to be prepared for an emergency.
It's the right thing to do.
Talk with your family to make a plan. Look for safe areas to meet up if separated. And stock up on supplies. It's never too early to get prepared. So start now.
Right now?
Right now. You can't predict emergencies, but you can be ready.
You're welcome, America.
Visit ready.gov today to learn more.
Jordan knows he shouldn't eat this entire bowl of nachos, but tonight he's earned that right. Because a few hours ago, in the middle of happy hour, he recognized a sign. Not from the gods or a bolt of lightning, but from a double heart, a kissy face, and a fourth ha in ha ha ha. That's when Jordan knew he was buzzed. So when it was time to go, he got a ride home instead of driving. Be a legend like Jordan. Recognize your buzzed warning signs and get a ride home. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
Welcome back. Yesterday, the home to the STEM Living Learning community celebrated a national holiday, Pi Day. North Hall's party allowed students of any kind and any major to attend, play games, and earn prizes in honor of March 14th. Allison Dittmer, third-year academic peer mentor of North Hall, revealed her favorite party of the festivity.
My favorite part is just bringing everybody together, having a big fun activity for people to do. A lot of the programs that I plan typically have more of a learning focus, but this is a nice way to keep that educational outlook on everything, but have a lot of fun and make it really social.
North Hall plans to continue this tradition even after Dittmer graduates. And let's take a look at the 7-day forecast with Jack.
Yeah, taking a look, tomorrow we will be warming up into the mid-50s, dropping off a little bit for Friday for St. Patrick's Day, and man, look at Saturday and Sunday in the 30s. However, the return of spring will return to a little warmer temperatures, and we'll be back in the 50s by midweek next week.
Well, we're not leaving that weather roller coaster just yet, but we will be there sometime soon. Jack, thank you so much. That's all tonight for NewsLink Indiana. Be sure to join us again tomorrow night at 9, streaming live on the NewsLink Indiana Facebook page.
And for news anytime, anywhere, go to ballstatedaily.com. Have a great night.